What's going on, everybody? I'm Flo, and welcome to the fourth week and video of my channel, Face Push by Life. Let's go ahead and kick it off with a little bit of gun talk. Right now with guns, I am looking at a scope. Right now the top one on my list is going to be a Night Force with a Tremor 3 reticle. I haven't decided what magnification I want, but probably not too crazy. I'll let you know as I keep going, and that's probably going to be the scope on the gun I talked about last week, the AR-10. So let me know what you think about that, or if there's a better scope out there that you think. Alright, moving on, I want to tell you a little story about something that happened to me back when I was a young sergeant in the good old cream corn. And it's going to have to do with a buddy of mine. We'll call him S. Panner. Actually, that's a little on the nose. We'll call him Skylar P, for anonymity purposes. Well, me and him were selected to go into a transport. So we were going to move some stuff from where we were at in the combat zone over to another airfield. It was an Air Force base. I'm not want to use any specifics. So we turn on our weapons, we pack our little day bags, we get the cargo loaded up, and then we end up taking off. So we show up where we're going, and like nobody knows we're supposed to be there. We land, we end up unloading the aircraft by ourselves, and it was just kind of weird. Like, we're walking around and nobody knows we're supposed to be there. We're on the airfield. So we kind of get everything kind of put it aside, and then we start walking in. We don't know where we're going to be sleeping, where we're going to be staying. As we get over there, we're kind of asking people like, is there any kind of berthing? And this was an Air Force base, so being Marines, we like really stuck out. So finally they introduced us to I guess it's their one Marine that they had there. I don't know if it was a liaison or whatever it was. So we talked to this guy, and he's completely confused and doesn't know what's going on with our situation. We finally get berthing, so we get put in this tent, and it's pretty nice. It's like I said, Air Force. So we're there, and he brings us in and he gives us these two cards. One card each. And it's beer cards. Now, coming from a combat area, Marine, we don't get a drink. So we get these cards, and we're thinking like, all right, we just struck gold. He tells us, all right, sign your cards, and you present them at night. Though there was a time limit, I remember, but you present them at night, and you can get 2 beers a night. So I get mine. Being the squared away, locked on Marine that I am. This is back when I was a sergeant. The first time, I signed my card right away, and my buddy grabs his and puts his in our pocket. We take off for the day. So we're walking around, and it's an Air Force base, so we stand out like crazy. People just staring at us. It's weird. Everybody's in PT gear, and we're in our camis. So we're already standing out. There's no Marines on base. There's no Army. It's just weird. So the night comes around, and we go to we're all excited. We're gonna go grab our beers. So we go first night. I show the lady my card. She gets it. She punches it, and she gives me my beers. I'm all happy. I got my beers. And then my buddy, he hands her the card, and she grabs and she snatches it out of his hand. And she's like, this is fake. He had forgot to sign his card. So, I'm looking like, did this just happen? I got my beers in my hand. I'm good. This is a big dude, right? Skylar's not small. He's a big dude. He looks like he's about to break down and cry. He's like a giant toddler at this point. So this is fake. He's trying to make sense of the situation, and it doesn't help that I'm laughing almost to the point where I'm spilling my beers that he's not gonna get to enjoy it because he forgot to sign his card. So I walk off, trying to talk to the lady, and she took it, and she had an attitude with him, and I'm telling you, a grown ass man is about to throw a fit here. And she made a scene of it too, because there's like people all around. Everybody wants to grab their beers. There's lines. he comes off, and he's got this super pouty face. He's like, man, I just want to go back to tent. Well, I get one of my beers, but he's like, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. I've never been that close to seeing a grown man cry. It was bad. It was hilarious. So no big deal. We enjoy our beers. We call it a night. So next day we get up, and we're bored. Nobody knows how we're getting back home. We're trying to call back to our squadron, see how we're gonna get back. And nobody knows anything. They put us on this plane like last second. We unloaded everything. Nobody received us. Nobody was. We had nothing set up. So we're trying to figure out how we're gonna get home. All right, well, let's just enjoy the night. It's another day that we're there. We got 2 beers tonight coming in. No big deal. Air Force Base, we're going to the stores, checking everything out, and kind of enjoying. It's not really where we were. The Air Force Base wasn't a combat area per se, and it was kind of weird, us coming back, and we're not walking around with weapons now, and it's people are looking at us really weird. I know our camera, we probably had to smell like horrible. Either way, so we're walking around, we're trying to get a hold of people, trying to get back, or figure out when we're going to be getting back. So we asked some Air Force guys, we're like, hey man, do you know where the library is? That's where we want to go to get the internet. We're going to try to send some emails or make a call or something, try to figure something out. So like, look at us, and they like get quiet, they're like, yes, we'll walk you there. So we're like, all right. So they walk, they show us where the library is, and they walk in with us, and like everybody stops and like turns and looks at us, and these guys are there and they just kind of staring. Me and my buddy were like looking at each other, and it's like and we look back at these guys like thanks, and they're just standing there, and everybody just gets quiet and looking at us. So we kind of sneak away and try to find like internet, try to send an email out. It was weird. This is how it was. Like whenever we walked in somewhere, people would just stop and stare at us, and they would be like talking. And these guys, out of the way, and they just went to the library and they're just kind of like staring at us. So it's already kind of unsettling. So, we went to the guy that gave us the cards initially, and he got another card, and he explained, oh yeah, you need to sign it now. It's not a big deal. Gave him another card, so he's not as pouty anymore. We go back that night, and we go, to another place. He saw the chick, and he did not want to deal with her, so we went to another place to go get the card stamp and get our beers. I forget what he was asking for, like Newcastle or something. We were trying to see what had the highest alcohol content. I think Newcastle was the top. So he's like, yeah, can I get the Newcastles? And this guy leans forward and he's like, we only serve those on Saturday. And he's just like staring at us. And we're like, oh, well, okay, He's like, no? All right, well, what do you guys want? So me and my boy are like, all right, something ain't right. And, we get our beers. I don't know, needless to say, like, we had to get out of there. It was weird. Everywhere we go, people would stop to stare. People were always like stopping, talking. So what we end up doing, alright, so this is, mind you, we're in an area that's forward deployed, but not really in a combat area. We end up pretty much hitchhiking without orders, with our day packs on, nothing but our IDs, back into a combat zone. It took us about a week to get back home, but I don't know, that's just something I wanted to share. I just thought that was a funny story back when I was in the military. Let me know what you think. I don't know. Skylar, if you're out there, I'm still laughing about it. I know you're probably crying on the inside, but it was funny and I appreciate it. That was probably one of the highlights of that deployment. Alright, so the tattoo of the week this week is also going to be on my hands, and it's going to be right here on my fingers. Let's see if I can get that to focus. Alright, right there, and it's a cross. So I had this put on. It was going to be part of a rosary that would wrap around, but I ended up getting other pieces on my hand done, and I'll explain those in the coming weeks. But yeah, it's just a cross on my fingers. And if you like the content that you saw, go ahead and click that like button. If you're new or haven't done so already, go ahead and click the subscribe button. Let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, go with the flow. I'll get you there.